My name is Zach Morris. I'm 34. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And for a long time, I considered myself lucky. I had a stable job, a house I bought myself, a loyal dog named Buster, and, most importantly, a woman I truly believed was the best thing that had ever happened to me. Her name was Jenny. We met during our final year in college, at a student cafe in Boston. I accidentally spilled coffee on her laptop. She was furious, but a week later, we were together. She was like someone out of a movie, funny, radiant, confident. She could light up a room with just a smile. And damn, I was head over heels in love. We went through almost everything together, moving, finding our first jobs, years without vacations. I was building a career, she freelanced as a designer. And honestly, I always thought she was the very foundation of my success. Without you, I'm nothing, I used to tell her. And I meant it. Our home smelled like cinnamon. There were soft throws everywhere. She baked cookies every Sunday. Every morning began with her kiss on my temple. I never doubted her. Not once. Until that day. The day I got promoted. It was supposed to be one of the best moments of my life. They brought me up on stage. Handed me a bonus check. Colleagues clapped. My boss said, "Zach, you're a role model for the whole company. We wouldn't have made it through the year without you." And while everyone raised their champagne glasses, I was thinking only one thing. Jenny is going to be so proud of me. I'll go home, and I'll see that smile, the one that made me forget about every other woman. I have her, and that's enough. I didn't know that at that exact moment, she was moaning in some trainer's car. A guy I'd once even shaken hands with. I went home early. We were supposed to go to a restaurant later, but I decided to surprise her. Stopped by the store. Bought white wine, her favorite lilies, and caramel chocolate, the kind she secretly devoured during movie nights. In my head, I was already playing the moment. Babe, we did it. We made it together. When I opened the door, it was unusually quiet. TV off. Lights dim. Her laptop, open. Buster was asleep under the table. I figured, she must be in the shower or wearing headphones. But then, her laptop screen lit up. "You make me forget he even exists," face blowing a kiss. That one message was already poison. I froze. Just sat there, paralyzed. My ears rang. Street sounds went silent. Everything slowed down. My heart was beating in my throat. My brain screamed. This must be a mistake. Maybe it's an ad. Maybe it's not even her chat. I stepped closer. My hands reached for the trackpad on their own. Messenger. Mike Lambert. Profile photo, familiar face. Fitness trainer. I used to go to his gym. We'd nod, say a few words. He was one of those smiling, jacked up guys who calls every other person, bro. And now he was calling my wife, goddess. I scrolled through the chat. My fingers trembled. Every new message hit harder than the last. Last night was fire. That thing you did with your tongue. He still doesn't have a clue. Poor baby thinks I'm doing yoga. When he leaves for Chicago next week, let's use the bedroom. Our bedroom. Ours. I felt something warm rising to my throat. I went to the bathroom and threw up everything in my stomach. Then stood in front of the mirror, staring into my own eyes. But I didn't see myself. Or strength. I went back to the laptop. Started reading everything. From the very beginning. Saved messages, 3 months worth. 3. She wrote to him even when I was sick. While I lay there with a fever, she texted. He looked so weak today. Kind of pathetic. Pathetic. That's what I was, to the woman I gave up everything for. And then I saw her photo. Naked. In our bathroom. With the towel my father gave me. I always hung it just for her. I couldn't breathe. Started pacing the room like a caged animal. Hands in fists. Elbows shaking. My heart pounded like a drum. She humiliated me. She robbed me, of feelings, memories, trust. I opened the wine I bought for her. Drank half the bottle in one go. Then, sound of keys in the door. Jenny came back. Hey, babe. Why are you home so early? She walked in smiling, in sweats, holding a smoothie. Zach. What's wrong? Are you okay? I turned to her. For the first time, not feeling love. Just ice. Stone. Everything's great, I said. Just, one hell of a day. She didn't notice the laptop, didn't suspect a thing. Just walked past me. Hugged me from behind. Kissed my neck. Whispered. Missed you. You're so tense. Want me to take care of that? In that moment, I nearly snapped. I wanted to hit her with words. Scream. Show her everything. But I stayed silent. Thanks. I just need some rest. I lay down on the couch. She kept talking, sat next to me, turned on a show, laughed. And I just lay there, thinking one phrase over and over. I'll show you what it's like to forget someone exists. I didn't sleep that night. Lay on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Buster beside me. He didn't care that I was broken. He just wanted to be close. And honestly, he was probably the only one in this story not pretending. My mind was chaos. I was torn between. Expose her tomorrow. Leave and say nothing. Turn Mike into dust, literally. Then suddenly. I saw it. I actually visualized it. I take a knife from the kitchen drawer. Drive to his gym. Wait for him to come out. Say. This is for every touch you laid on my wife. And I stab him. Once. Twice. 5 times. 9. They arrest me. But I smile. Because that's justice. These weren't fantasies. They were crystal clear images. And for a moment, I genuinely felt I was capable of murder. Then. I remembered her smile. And I realized, I don't want to become who she made me. I won't be a killer. I'll be a director. She'll be the actress. And the stage is already being set. The next morning, I stood in front of the mirror. Dark circles under my eyes. Jaw trembling. I whispered to myself. You're not a victim. You're a player. And you're going to play a scene she'll never forget. That same day, I opened a Google Doc and titled it Operation Retribution. Option 1, leak all her messages on her social media. Option 2, send screenshots to her parents, cousins, her beloved aunt, the one who always called her pure and honest. Option 3, hire an actor to pretend to be a new lover, get her to confess. Record it all. Option 4, burn her car. Okay, impulsive, but still on the list. Option 5, financial annihilation. Freeze joint accounts. Leave her broke. Remove her name from property rights. Option 6, public exposure. Big. Loud. Unforgettable. At a party. With guests, cameras, and applause at the end. I reread the list. And realized, I needed a stage. Not just revenge, a moral apocalypse. But I couldn't do this alone. I needed a witness. A partner. Someone who hurt like I did. I opened Messenger. Typed a message to Sarah Lambert, Mike's wife. I hovered my finger over send. Thought, are you really going to drag someone else into this? And then I clicked. Sarah. My name is Zach. I think your husband is sleeping with my wife. I have proof. I'm sorry. Sarah replied 2 hours later. After my message on Facebook, she wrote. What do you mean? Who's your wife? I kept it brief. Jenny Morris. I have screenshots, video footage, chat logs. I'm not lying to you. 1 minute of silence, then. Can you talk? I need to hear this from you. Now. We spoke on the phone. Her voice was dull. Flat. Like she'd just fallen off a building and hadn't realized her spine was broken yet. Are you serious? Mike, with your wife? Yes. For at least 3 months. Hotels, cars, my house while I was away. Can we meet? I'll show you everything. Half a minute of silence, then she answered. Okay. But it has to be in a public place. If you're not a psycho, sorry, but I need to be sure. Rust and Grind Cafe. 2:20 p.m. I got there half an hour early. Ordered coffee. Sat in the corner. Outside, snow. Inside, ice. Sarah entered, stern expression. Tall, athletic. Simple but neat clothes. Her eyes, dead, but not weak. They carried fury. The same fury I just started to feel myself. We shook hands silently. I opened my laptop. Here are their messages. Here's the video, from the East Hills Lodge Hotel camera. Audio, Jenny telling her friend how much you trust Mike and that, you'll never find out. Sarah didn't flinch. Only after the video, she stood up and went to the bathroom. I saw her shoulders trembling. When she returned, her eyes were dry. She said, "They think we're blind. But I'm not a victim. I'm a mother of two. And I'll make sure he can never look people in the eye again." We drank coffee in silence. Then I said, "I've made a plan. But I can't pull it off alone. Not morally, logistically. I want her to remember this day forever." "You want to hurt her, Zach?" Her eyes narrowed. "No. I want to shame her. Pain isn't enough." Sarah smiled. "Barely. I like the way you think. What's next?" We sat there for another 2 hours, developing the script. The plan was simple. A public reveal on our 5th wedding anniversary, the very event Jenny herself insisted on making grand. Invite everyone, her family, my friends, co-workers, even my boss. Pretend everything is fine, until the very last second. And then, reveal. But it couldn't just be a jealous husband scene. It had to be a show, with plot, acts, explosions, emotions. I didn't just want to rip off her mask, I wanted to show her face to the world. Sarah offered an addition. "I can get video from the camera by our house." They kissed right next to my Jeep. "I'll ask my neighbor. He's a tech guy, has access. Also, I know the host will be running the party. I can hint for him to cue a technical pause right when we need it." I nodded. And at that moment I realized. We weren't just two betrayed people. We were a strike team. Two broken pieces forged into a blade. We decided. This revenge wouldn't be random. It had to be elegant. Precise. Like a scalpel. The 5th anniversary, a classic family event. Jenny herself organized it, hired a host, booked catering, musicians. She was arranging her own public execution, and had no idea. We laid out the operation. I created a Google Doc titled Project Swan Song. Because this would be her final performance as the perfect wife. Inside. Event schedule, opening, toasts, music, speeches. A/B control section, when each thing plays. Guest list, with emotional leverage notes, to make impact precise. Roles, host, musician, my cameraman friend, Sarah's tech guy. Details to amplify everything. A flash drive with video. Sarah edited a 3-minute montage, hotel camera footage, chats, car kissing, phone voice recording. Tasteful. No nudity. But maximum emotional impact. First scene, them kissing. Second, chats, "You're better than my husband." Third, Jenny's face close-up as she says. "Zach suspects nothing. He trusts me like a fool." Soundtrack, rising heartbeat. Deep bass. Tense music. Climax, Sarah's voiceover. But now, he knows. Technical side. I asked Jason, my wedding videographer friend, to film the party, but in truth, he was controlling projectors and cameras. Sarah would trigger the video from her phone, everything was synced. When? After her official toast. The host would raise a glass and say. "And now, a special video message from her loving husband." Projector. Darkness. Silence. Boom. Complications. Oh, yes. Complication number 1, Jenny's mom. Super religious. Sentimental. Sarah asked. "You sure you want to do this in front of her? It'll crush her." I thought long and hard. Then said. "If her daughter's lying, she deserves to know what she raised." Complication number 2, my parents. They came from Ohio, to celebrate love. I hadn't told them the truth. But then my dad said over the phone. "Zach, we're so proud you found a woman like her. She's an example." Right then, I decided. She is an example, but not the one he thinks. And the world needs to see that. Psych prep. 2 days before the party, I stopped sleeping. Doubt slithered over me like a cold snake. What if I've gone too far? Maybe I should just leave. Divorce. End it. This will destroy her. For life. But then I remembered the words. "You make me forget he even exists." And the doubts vanished. Saturday. 5 p.m. My brother's estate outside the city. A spacious terrace, wooden tables, strings of lights. Music playing softly. Clinking glasses. Laughter. The air smells like rosemary and expensive perfume. Jenny is floating. Champagne-colored dress, flower-styled hair, favorite heels. She's clinging to me, kissing my cheek. Guests say. "You two are such a perfect couple." Wow, 5 years, like a fairy tale. I want a love like yours. And me? I smile. I play the role. The loving husband. Oblivious. But inside, I'm an iceberg ready to crush everything. Sarah stands nearby. Beautiful, composed. But her eyes, razor sharp. On her phone, the video trigger. She nods to me a few times. Everything's ready. At 6:30 p.m., the host calls for silence. Friends, it's time for something special. 5 years together. True love. Trust. Family. Now, let's hear from the man who made this story possible. I step up. Glass of champagne in hand. Thank you all for coming. This day was meant to be a celebration of love. And for me, it is. Just not the kind you expect. Nervous chuckles from the crowd. I was going to say many heartfelt words. But I'll speak the truth. And show you why this day will never be forgotten. Jenny, this is for you. With love. With thanks. For 5 unforgettable years. I hand the envelope to the host. He plugs in the flash drive. The big screen behind the stage goes black. Silence. The video begins. Camera footage from the hotel parking lot. Mike hugs Jenny. She laughs. He touches her thigh. Screenshot of chats. He doesn't suspect a thing. He's so busy trying to be a hero. Let's do it in his bed next time. Car footage. They kiss in the front seat. Jenny says, I love how you make me feel, unlike him. Final scene. Sarah's voiceover black. But now, he knows. And silence. Someone drops a glass. Guest stunned. Someone gags. Jenny's mom covers her mouth. One of my friends quietly walks outside. Jenny stands frozen. Her face pale. Eyes wide. Zach, what did you do? Her voice cracks. I showed the truth, Jen. The one you've been hiding. Not from me, from everyone. From your mom. From our friends. From yourself. She drops to her knees. Crying. Screaming. Please. Zach, not here, this isn't. I didn't know what I was doing. I looked down at her. Calmly. But I know what you did. You can pick up your things tomorrow. I've already changed the locks. And yes, the lawyer's ready. Sarah steps up beside her. Her voice, ice. Tell Mike he's not welcome home either. The kids are with my mom. We're done. Guests disperse silently. Some will remember this evening. Not as a romantic anniversary. But as a truth performance. 6 months later. I live in a small house by Lake Erie. It's quiet. Peaceful. Evenings on the porch, coffee or bourbon in hand, listening to the wind rustle the leaves. Buster's still here. He didn't betray me. Jenny wrote. Long letters. Short voice notes. Begged to talk. To meet. Said she can't sleep, lost everything. I never replied. Sarah. She started fresh too. We didn't become lovers. Didn't go to the movies. We became something else. Allies in pain who didn't let pain define us. Did it hurt? Yes. Do I regret it? Not a bit. Some things can't be forgiven. And some moments reveal who you really are. I was the man who was betrayed. But I didn't become the man who lost. I became the one who shattered the lie, and moved on.